Good morning, world builders. My name's Annalise, and I'm here with a super exciting guest. I am the founder and operator of Common Healing, and we transcend traditional travel experiences through facilitating mutual reciprocity between culture keepers and the land. And I'm going to pass the mic off to our special guest today.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Larry Jamel. Glad to be here. Get to chop it up with Annalise a bit, get to chat and get to share a bit of my experiences and my passions.
So, where are you right now?
Oh man, I'm in Tobago right now. Undisclosed location. Can't really let people know the ins and outs. But yeah, I'm out here right now for a little bit.
Nice. And how soon after we got back from South Africa did you go to Tobago?
Oh man, it was literally 2 weeks after.
Wow, there's not that many people. I just think it's interesting. Like the five of us have like found each other. I don't know Mosita's movements that closely, but Kayla was the only other person I knew who traveled on a whim, and then you and Naya. Most people wouldn't just go to Africa on Friday type vibes.
Yeah, no, me and I are like on the type of time that if we can, we're gonna do it. That's it, literally. Because there's gonna be times that obviously you can't, and that's okay. But when you can, you should be exploring as much as possible. That's what I would say.
What was the first international trip that you took?
That's a great question. I would say technically to Dominican Republic. It didn't feel that far off because I grew up in that type of household. But I would say besides Dominican Republic, and my first one was, damn, was it? It's a good question. Was I think it might have been? I'm gonna just say Paris. Paris,
Okay.
2019. Yeah, that was my first, like, oh whoa, I'm in a whole new place. They're speaking another language that where I'm just like, I don't speak French. You know what I'm saying? I got my little como te levez, je m'appelle Larry. Like I could hold that. That's my favorite line to get people in. But then I can't chat after that. I feel like Paris was that first city where I was like, oh wow, like this is beautiful. It's just like history from the, and also just like the way people are like hanging out by the canals, drinking some wine, like
Mm.
everything kind of is at a pace as opposed to the States where it's just so fast. And especially being from New York, that I can't kind of turn that off sometimes. But
Mm.
being elsewhere, it kind of helps me adjust.
Definitely. And then how did it snowball after that? Like
Oh,
what were your next trips? And then I know you went to Dubai, which was a gig. So yeah, like from Paris, like how did you end up in Dubai after that?
yeah, so it was like Paris. It was Japan that year, Korea,
Oh wow.
yeah, London, and then yeah, Dubai. Dubai, December of 2019 was the first time I went, and it's crazy because literally talking about Paris, my first time in Paris, I'm literally walking to go to the bathroom, and it was like a crazy ass like ramp to get into this room, where like this gym to use the bathroom. I was at like this big basketball tournament called K54. And as I'm going there, like up the ramp, in the middle of the ramp, literally, I like bump into these people and they're like, "Yo, Larry," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, what up?" I didn't know people knew me in Paris as well. That's the power of YouTube and social media, to be honest. So whatever, we start chopping it up, and they're like, "Yo, can I interview you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Used the bathroom, whatever. Did my thing, came back, did the interview, and then they told me that they were from Dubai, and I was like, "Wow, that's sick." Like I've been dying to go there. And long story short, that was in June. In October, I just got an email with an itinerary and my flight book. Like it was literally that quick, but that was just being a good person, like doing the interview, giving energy, and yeah, simply just letting the world work. And
Mm,
those were my like first international friends, respectfully, you know. So it
yeah.
was just amazing how they were able to make some moves happen and get me to where they're from.
I love how you said letting the world work because I think that's really profound, and I'm going to take that into my daily life. Um, because yeah, like there's other forces at play, and there's really I like to think about serendipity and wonder as like emotions and feelings that I want to cultivate in any spaces that I create. Um,
Definitely.
and that's just something you tap into. Like that's not something you like force or make with your own will. It's something that you have to just like allow. So that's really cool. And I didn't realize literally in Paris was how the Dubai trip happened. So that's lit. That and I think it happens that way once you if you truly when you travel connect with local people, I do think it's a snowball effect where especially these like multicultural international cities, you meet people from everywhere. And then your friend group, your loved ones end up being in different places. You just kind of build this life of travel that travel just becomes inevitable.
Yeah, I agree. And literally, the first time I was in Dubai, that's what um, exposed me to this festival called Soul DXB,
Mm.
and it was just mind blowing because I'm seeing all of these brands. I'm seeing so many people like come to this event, like literally dressed head to toe, even in Dubai. When I mean jackets, hats, like it doesn't matter. It was just about being fly. That's that weekend where you know you bring out all your fit. So it was just amazing to have all access. You know, see all of these just amazing activations, meet so many cool people, and then build that relationship with the festival. And now I'm the host of the basketball tournament. So I've
Mm.
been going back to Dubai the last 2 years. Um, and yeah, that's just literally like you said, being in this space, being present, and you know, and connection. That's
Mm.
really it.
That's awesome. So talk about the work that you do, just names that you've become the host of this basketball tournament that happens in Dubai, but can you speak a bit more around the work you do, why people are bringing you out, and what you do when you're there?
Yeah. So it's a mix. Like I could either host an event. So I've hosted the McDonald's All American Games, which is like literally 80% of the NBA probably was maybe McDonald's All American. I might that's a crazy number, but I like if you're a McDonald's All American, you have a real shot of being a pro. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be a pro somewhere, but NBA is really that next tier after college season. So that was like I had the opportunity to host 3 days there, from the player ceremony to the slam dunk contest to like the games. And the slam dunk contest, I'm on ESPN. So it's just like I could either host and bring a lot of energy to an event space, or I can go to your event and experience it and create a video, kind of just like being my creative self, with like different types of cameras, different cuts, kind of just, you know, just the way my mind works, like just kind of showing my perspective, I would say. And usually, you know, with the following that I built, they, you know, they engage with these videos. So that's why, like, I would say like a brand will come to me, and like I bring energy. That's really what I say. Is one of one. I might chat a lot. I'm always like speaking with passion. I feel like that's why a brand would tap in with me. It's like, yo, you need some energy. I got you.
That's that's really dope. Would you identify with like life design, or do you think about how you've kind of just created your work and your lifestyle around what you like to do and what you're passionate about?
Yeah, definitely. I understood that I could create my life probably like 10 years ago.
Uh,
Like,
OG.
yeah, I wouldn't say like maybe that's for a more one on another like conversation, like how I got there. But I really saw myself making moves, and I did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you need to do XYZ. I started doing XYZ, and it got me a little kind of further. It got me into another room or to like, another opportunity.
Mm.
And but literally being myself and being like, so I speak wild sometimes, but then like after my whatever 3 minutes into my rambling, I'll come up with another idea, and that's the one.
Mm.
So sometimes I just I feel like I appreciate people that kind of just let me be myself, and I know that we're gonna get somewhere creatively.
Mm.
Um, from my mind, like I'm just always I just feel personally, I feel like I'm tapped in, like and I want to share, and I just want to be around other creatives that get me this excited to speak creatively or just be alive, essentially. I love it.
That's awesome. Would you say that there was any lag time between when you saw what you needed to do and actually being able to execute, or were you just like knew and you went?
So I feel like I started understanding when I had an opportunity right in my face or right in my hands. Like I was just like, oh shit, like no, I need to double down on this. Like I still remember like the first time I even got involved with overtime. I went to a happy hour, right? And literally halfway in the happy hour, mind you, I'm in a Soho loft. There's like the standing desk, there's a pool table in the middle. I'm saying like this is a vibe. I'm born and raised in New York. I'm not in Soho lofts on the regular because it's just not a thing. So I'm here through a friend, and like halfway in the party, they stopped the party, and they were speaking about this app that they created and how they were looking for beta testers and just content creators, right? And I was just like, literally everything that they were saying, like check the box in my mind, and I was like, yo, no, this is dope. This is what I need to do. So I became a beta tester, and 2 months later, got the summer internship. I was the only one from New York City, besides one of the other homies who's still the head of the social media there. Um, and I told myself, I'm like, yo, I need to stay involved. So I just, to be honest, doubled down on the grind and the hustle. Like I knew I needed to put in work, point blank, to be wherever, to be respected anywhere, or to build something. Like it takes time. So we're not going to be the hottest media company in a day. It took us 3 years,
Mm.
but I was outside every day. The thing about it, I was like seeing all these top players. I was literally at every tournament. These people literally saw me, and they're like, "Who is this guy? Bearded. Who is this guy?" But he's getting all the highlights. Now he's interviewing us. It became like you saw me so repeatedly that I like literally I became family to a lot of these people during those times.
And would you say, was it while you were at overtime that your hosting and energetic offering um, had gone global, or did this happen after overtime?
No, it gone global throughout overtime. That's how I was able to travel to Paris with them,
Mm.
and that's why and we would create runs around the world. So we first did it in Paris, then I did it on my own in Japan, in Korea, in London, and I started seeing the community that we were building globally, and
Mm.
that was the whole thing. For me, that's what I was preaching more to the company. I was letting them know, I'm like, yo, I understand where y'all going,
Mm.
but this is where I want to go, like with the company. Like you should let me take this lane, because I saw the
Mm.
opportunity internationally, and I thought that was even. I think if you could speak upon that, you have fans internationally, and they're consuming the content. Now we're also making pages for them specifically. I think that I don't know. I think an investor is going to give you way more money on that type of time if you're talking globally as opposed to kind of just, where you're from
Mm.
locally.
And then what is different now between overtime Larry and Larry Jamel?
The difference is I felt like, like when a Pokemon evolves, it's either like when a Pokemon evolves or you just graduate. Like, it's like you did your time. Like I put in my time, I put in work, and never hard feelings because I have no hate in my heart. But I just feel like I'm even I just grew up like even more. Like that was a phase of my life where I understood and I wanted to grind and I wanted to give a lot to a company and grow. And then I was like, yo, actually, I want to continue to double down on myself now, bet on myself. Like I understand I can do this on my own. I understood the business and and the media. There's a lot of money. So understood that what I wanted and what I know I deserve, started understanding negotiations, and now I've done all that. I've got that experience, and I wanted that. So I wanted to continue to evolve, and I felt like over time, Larry to Larry Jamel is just an evolution of Lawrence Marsash of me. And yeah, like in 5 years, I might have other interests because I know I will. Like I'm bird watching now, type of thing. Like you know what I'm saying? I would
I
never
heard the
thought
birds
that.
a second ago.
You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought that I would be doing that. Like a couple years ago,
We know
like
what birds.
4 years ago, maybe that Larry would have just wanted to stay where he was, But hey, it is what it is. But that's what traveling kind of just evolves the mind, and I just wanted to see more for myself and do more for me.
And talk to me about the Basketball Africa League, um, which started in 2019, but then the pandemic postponed it to actually starting in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
The whole first tournament was held in Kigali, but it seems the finals every year happen in Kigali.
Yeah,
I'm curious if you know about the origins of that relationship.
I don't really know the origins of that relationship, but I've been I've been seeing the BAL for a while now.
Mm,
And just like even through people that I follow or just like different, I guess, different, just for example, Anscape and just different other publications that write about BAL. So I've been into it on a level where I'm aware.
mm,
I see that they operate in 12 different countries in Africa. I want to get involved somehow, some way. I was like, because I've done work with the NBA, and I just always thought that like, yo, I can do this in an international level, and I feel like they would have even appreciated more, type of thing. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's really I still want to tap in more with the Basketball Africa League. Um, but I saw recently a couple of guys that I used to cover uh, back in the overtime days that they play in the
mm,
BAL now. So I want to
mm,
catch up with them.
mm. And for those who don't know, could you say what the BAL is?
Yeah, the BAL is Basketball Africa League. Like I said, they operate in 12 different countries in Africa. It's a professional basketball league, and yeah, they're dope. They got a lot of engagement. I feel like they have a lot of fans, and they're only growing
Mm,
in Africa and globally. So I think this will be. Actually, it's crazy that Dwayne Wade's son Zaire Wade, who I used to cover and I got a bunch of videos with, played in the BAL actually
mm.
last year as well. So they're getting a lot of and also J. Cole played in BAL.
Really?
So yeah, that's where I don't know if they like I believe there was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago at this point when J. Cole like went played professional.
I
It
missed that
was
whole thing.
yeah. Yeah, it was at the BAL. So they're given opportunities, which is pretty dope. And yeah, no, it's a competitive league.
Yeah. And then can you explain the relationship between the NBA and the BAL?
The relationship between the BAL and the NBA, I
Yeah.
believe.
Like, are they a subsidiary? Because it's not clear to me.
I'm be honest. Naya.
Naya
I,
knows. Hi,
I,
Naya.
Naya, Annalise says hi. What is the relationship between?
Naya says hi.
Oh, yeah, nice. What is?
BAL and NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA like co-commissioned it with. It's like their official African like
Like
subdivision,
subdivision.
but they have language. They have official language that I'm not remembering for how they describe their relationship.
Yeah, I feel like the NBA and the BAL are affiliated.
Sorry, one more thing. There was another. It was the NBA and someone else invested into made the BAL.
All right.
I don't know about
Mm. All right. Yeah, I would say that yeah, the NBA and the BAL have some sort of relationship. I'm not sure. I'm sure they have official language, but I'm not sure exactly
Yeah, but they are
yeah, their relationship.
affiliated.
But they're
Like
definitely affiliated. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure the NBA wants to even get players from the BAL and filter and like, funnel them
mm,
into the NBA.
when when I called and asked if you wanted to go to Rwanda, what was your first thought?
When you called me to ask me if I wanted to go to Rwanda, my first thought was, hell yeah, next question. Of course, I'm with it.
Next question.
I'm with it 1,000%. But yeah, no, travel, sports, I'm with it at all times, especially if things could get covered, if things are, I'm not a picky person. I just like, I just like to have a good time.
Yeah, I think Rwanda will be so lit if we can pull this off. It'll also just be absolutely legendary if we could pull this off.
It would be. I feel like it would be super legendary because of the timing.
Yeah.
Also because of to bring even to have a group trip in that time span, but just in general to have a group trip to go to Rwanda, blessings. That's a blast. That's we know it's gonna be a blast. So
It's going to be so fun. And how do you see your hosting in other event contexts, like hosting sports tournaments and creating content at different sporting events? How do you see those skills and that presence transferring over to you now as a host of a international group trip?
that's a that's a very good question. I didn't think about that at all. But I think my skills will transfer over. I guess in the same way I live my life, like I'm on time. I'm gonna bring energy to the group.
Not
Uh,
like a resume. Not, I'm not like a corporate job interview.
no, no, but I'm saying like that's always what I feel like I bring to the group. Even to our South Africa trip, I feel like I didn't know anyone, but what I'm gonna bring is I'm gonna show up, have a good time, smile, like just be a good vibe. Like you're gonna want to be around me. I feel like in general, anytime people travel with me, I think I attract just amazing people, even if I haven't met you before. Uh, yeah, I feel like it's just like we say, it's gonna be a vibe, like simple, simple.
Well, in the one of the town halls, Naya was like, so I think we were mentioning what we were going to bring to the group, and Naya's like, Larry's going to bring vibes. It was perfect.
That's literally it, and I feel like I never think about it too much, but just being myself, and I know what I'm gonna do. Bring that vibe.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you want potential travelers to know, or anything? Um, yeah, maybe types of people that you want, or anything like that.
Yeah, I want people that just want to continue to learn about themselves. A, right? B, understand. Just learn new perspectives because in a group trip, obviously, we're never gonna agree with everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about learning. It's all about communication, and I feel like just in general, group trip is helpful for life, for your social, for
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The people I want to come through are people I guess that yeah just want to continue to learn about themselves and bring good energy and see things for themselves because that was like even a big reason why I started traveling on my own. I'm like I don't want to see that from XYZ's pick or just this history book. Like I need to see it for myself, and I want to talk to the locals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we say, it's gonna be a vibe.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so May 23rd to June 2nd, Larry is hosting a group trip to Rwanda. We'll be based in Kigali for 10 days, I believe. And do you
We're
want
gonna
to?
be safe. We're gonna,
Yeah.
it's gonna be safe. It's gonna be smooth travel. It's also like we're gonna just have an amazing experience. Like where else can you see a silverback gorilla? Where else can you uh zip line in the jungle?
Mm.
Where else can you take a boat to a coffee farm? Like I need my morning coffee. I'm down with that. So
Taking a boat to get the morning coffee is something
come
else.
on, where they do that at, and especially like I'm I'm I appreciate Common Healing so much for just showing me South Africa. I felt like again I felt safe. I felt um, open
Mm.
and like I went to places that I would have never went to if it wasn't for Common Healing. So that was special to me.
I appreciate that. And yeah, I loved watching everyone connect with my friends and friends of my friends. I think that was like the coolest part for me. And how like seamlessly, like the welcome dinner, how everyone just kind of like meshed together, same at farmhouse. It was really dope to see and affirming because it was kind of an experiment. I was like, is this
Hmm.
gonna work or is this like not gonna work? Um, and I felt affirmed in the experiment when the day it ends, we get invited to go to the Basketball Africa League finals in Rwanda. So yeah, all of the dope experiences that you named surrounding Kigali, anchored by these games, is going to
Hmm.
be so incredible. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Our team's lit, and we're gonna do
Our
really
team's lit. The itinerary's on point.
yeah.
Like,
We go.
if you haven't been to the continent at all, you should definitely come through with us.
Mm-hmm. We got
Yeah,
you. We got
yeah, we got you, and shit, it's gonna be fun.
you.
That's really all I can say, and like, I
Mm-hmm.
just can't wait. I'm just day by day doing what I got to do until we fly out. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Until we out here. Yeah, I don't want to keep any more of your Tobago time. You guys are working on some dope projects down there and enjoying the sun and the beach. It has been raining for like 3 weeks here, but
Ah,
it's fine.
man,
It's fine. I'll be in Africa soon enough. But yeah, thank you so much for making
anytime.
time, and we will chat soon.
All right, definitely. We'll chat soon.
So,
All
peace.
love. Peace. Later.